Welcome everyone to Sudbury Talks with Gwen Price. And it's Women's History Month in March. And in celebration of that, I'm going to be talking to a few wonderful women in business. And today I have with me Bev Wills. And Bev is with Fionn Maccool'S. Hi, Bev.
Hi, Gwen. How are you?
I'm great. Bev, how long? Tell me a little bit about you and how long have you been with Fionn Maccool'S and what do you do there? A million things, I know, because you
I
run
know.
around all over the place.
No, that's okay. I've been in the restaurant business for practically all my life. But I've been with the South End Fionn Maccool's for about 4 years. Prior to that, I was at another Fionn Maccool's up on the Kingsway. So I guess it's been about 6 years altogether with this particular brand. I'm known as the Publican. We are an Irish social house. So back in the day, the Publican was was called that because they were called public houses. So if you're running a public house,
Okay.
you were the Publican. So
Never knew
yeah,
that. See,
so
I learned something new every day.
there you go. So basically, I run the show and host a party for a living.
Oh, well, of course. And my husband Rick and I love the place, and it's good food, but it's also, I think, the people that are there. You make you feel warm, you feel invited, and you do feel like, yeah, it's your neighborhood pub kind of thing.
Well, that's what we go for, right? So we also like to term ourselves as your local. So we understand that we may not get everybody from Sudbury coming into our pub, but we're really excited when we see the people, obviously coming from everywhere, but when we see the regulars, because they're local. We're easy to get to.
Well, and you've certainly gone through some challenges, excuse me, in the last couple of years. As we all know, with the pandemic, it was trying at times for sure, frustrating.
Absolutely. But you know what? We're coming out the other end, and we're probably going to be better for it if you're going to look at things in an optimistic way. We've learned how to pivot. We've all used that term so often in the last couple of years. So, you're open, you're closed, you're takeout only, you're restricted. At one point we were allowed to have only 10 people in the pub. Like, how ridiculous is that?
Yeah.
But we did it. We did it because we were allowed. So,
well, yeah, exactly. And you kind of had to do whatever the powers that be said you had to do, and you did survive it, and that's a wonderful thing, because I know it was very difficult for a lot of people in the restaurant industry, and I think especially if they couldn't, well, for sure, if they couldn't do the takeout, it was a very difficult thing for a lot of people, right? But yeah, it's great, and I think people are just it's still challenging. Of course, people are still reluctant to wear masks and all that kind of thing, but we're getting there, and I think people want so much to be with people. I miss it a lot. I mean, Zoom is a wonderful thing, and I'm able to do things at all kinds of crazy times of the day or night, but you really want to be with people, and I miss that interaction. I miss, we used to attend lots of networking, and I'm hoping that will start again soon, I hope.
I think so. I think it's coming. If our last weekend is any indicator, it's coming back. People are feeling more and more comfortable going out, taking whatever precautions they feel they need to take personally. We're certainly doing everything, by the book at the pub to make people feel safe and welcome.
Yeah, it's full capacity now. Or are you still at some reduced capacity?
No, it's full capacity. No social distancing required. Masks are still mandatory. And it's when you're up and moving around, right? When you're sitting at your table, obviously you can remove your mask. So just when you're up and mobile, entering and exiting the building. And there's talk that might be leaving soon too. And then it'll become a personal choice.
Well, and you've got a big event coming up, of course.
What?
not that St. Patrick's Day has anything to do with your pub. But
no big deal. Yeah, huge day coming up.
Yeah.
March 17th, same day every year. And we are so looking forward to it. And I've called it the this year's party 2 years in the making, because the
Yeah.
very first year we were shut down the day before St. Patrick's Day. And then the second year, we were still in lockdown and we just did takeout. Funny enough, we still, our sales on takeout last year, we still, because Sudbury was a hot spot last year, Northern Ontario was closed, Southern Ontario was open. And interestingly enough, we beat some Southern Ontario stores that were open with just
Wow.
our takeout. So, you know, we mastered that takeout like right from
Yeah.
the get-go. So we did the
Yeah.
best we could. But yeah, St. Patrick's Day is coming up a week tomorrow. We've got bands booked for the whole day. So you're going to have music from noon until at least 11 o'clock at night.
So that,
And
what day of the week is that? Is that
that's a Thursday this
a
year.
Thursday? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that makes it a little bit easier to get out and whoop it up.
Yeah.
I do know in my business, we see a lot of Monday to Friday sort of 9 to 5ers
Yeah.
who may not care too much how Friday goes, because
Yeah.
then they're off on Saturday and Sunday. So I expect it to be a pretty big party. I mean, not like for everybody that night, but yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, and it'll be a cause for celebration for sure, really.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
people want something like that so badly. And
Yeah.
Sudburyans, I think, tried very hard to support, all of the restaurants out there. It was because we still want to do that. We still want to make sure you're all in business and
Well,
and,
we saw that in our takeout, and I think it's important to note that we are we're a franchise, but we are definitely locally owned, and Marty Wills and Louise Bouchard are the owners, and they spend their money here in Sudbury and all that stuff. So I know that a pretty big buzzword is support local, and I think it's important to know that we're local as well. And we were like, some nights we were overwhelmed with takeout and just people coming in and just like almost over tipping and just saying, here, like, you need this. And it warmed my heart, you know what I mean, for the servers that were doing the takeout. And even when we got back in, there were people that were just sort of saying, here you go, we're coming in, we're going to take some food to go tonight. It was awesome.
Well, that's great. Yeah, no, really, I think we all wanted to support as much as we could. And I know my husband and I go out way too much, probably.
No, not at all.
No, never too much. Right?
No.
Actually, I bought that new fancy stove, and one of my cousins says, is it broken already? Because you still I guess she thought I'd be cooking more or something. Strange concept.
No,
but it's the going out, it's being with people. That's what
yeah, and I mean, you're really, I think I really appreciate what you do when you go to other restaurants and you check in on Facebook and let everybody know that you're there. And often you show pictures of the food or the drinks that you're having, and that's awesome. That's great publicity for the restaurants that like we see that and we like it, and it's important.
Well, and I definitely, if I'm not happy, I'm not going to post that all over social media either, because that's not fair, right? It could be a good day in a restaurant, or it could be a bad day for whatever reason. And I don't understand people that want to bash a restaurant or bash a server or whatever. To me, just be quiet. Just be quiet.
Well, without opening up a whole can of worms, there are times when it is really disappointing when somebody says, I come here all the time and it's fantastic all the time. And tonight was horrible and I'm never going to be back. And I just think, wow,
why not? Why not talk to, people in the manager, whatever, in quiet off the side, because social media has a lot of powerful, it can be used for good or it can be used for bad, and I like to use it for good. So I keep my mouth shut if I've had a bad meal. I don't want, because in my house it's very possible to get a bad meal on any given day. So
wow.
But I understand people want to have they want to have fun. They want to be served. They want to go there because they could do it all at home, but it's different when you go out to a restaurant. And
100%. Yeah.
see your friendly face and see, and I've never had a bad experience at your establishment. That's the truth. So,
Well, I
uh,
appreciate that.
because I think you probably, I always feel in my world too, you kind of attract like-minded people to you. So I'm sure in a restaurant situation, you kind of attract people that will work well with you and keep the ball rolling well, and you're like a team, right?
Absolutely, we're a team, and I'm pretty proud of the fact that we have some long-term employees. I can think of like 5 or 6 right now that have been with us for well over 10 years at various restaurants because they want to stay with us, or they've left to start families and then they've come back. They've left to try other things and they've come back. So yeah, we're very, very lucky. We do have it because we're a smaller pub. We have a smaller staff, and it's a little bit easier to, to get to know them and to be, part of their lives. And it's nice when a server will come to me and say, "Hey, so and so's here. I haven't seen them in a while," and they know who they are. They have a really good rapport with them. And I just like sometimes I'll say, "Oh, like I can't remember who they are," but they know them.
Exactly.
Or they come in on only Tuesdays, and I'm usually off Tuesdays, and it's nice to see that they've built up those rapports. But the teamwork is awesome.
Yeah, no, that's a big part of the whole thing for you, I know for sure. And no, that's great. And Bev, so what's the address for your Fionn Maccool'S?
So we're 1877 Regent Street. We're almost right at the Four Corners, and we're in a little sort of strip mall, I guess it's called, but the Royal Bank. There's a Food Basics. There's
there's lots of parking too.
Lots of parking,
because that's tough some places for sure. But
and then and we do have quite a large patio that's at the back of the building, at the back of our pub, and there's lots of parking back there as well. So
yeah. And I'll certainly put some links. I'll put your phone number and your website address and all that, and your Facebook links, and so people can reach out. Are you doing reservations at all, or is it first come first serve? Or
well, for St. Patrick's Day, no reservations. It's very difficult to hold tables. We just sometimes don't know how long maybe a group of 4 is going to stay, and you certainly don't want to rush anybody out on that day. Most people are understanding, but in general, we take reservations, and we are on Open Table. That's an app that you can look into, and you can book yourself.
Oh, I've never tried that. I didn't know that.
It's kind of cool, and it's I think it's. Well, it's definitely it's definitely North American. Honestly, don't know if it's international, but so if you were in Florida, you'd be able to open up Open Table. If you have an account, you can just book there.
Good to know.
I'll
try it out.
There you go. And you can always call the pub and speak with us directly.
What's the phone number there?
We are 705-522-8827.
Okay.
And it'll say to speak to the pub directly about a takeout order or an existing order. You're just going to press 1, even if that's not what you're calling about. Just press 1, and it'll get you directly to the pub. It's disappointing. It's unfortunate. Sometimes people say, "Well, I tried like 5 times, and this is the only way I could get a hold of you." And I said, "Well, yeah." So I just wanted to put that out there. Guests are more than welcome to use the delivery apps if they want to get their food delivered. If they want to call us directly, they can come and pick up their food. If they'd like to prepay their food, they can go to our website, and we have what's called a Mobi app, where you can, order your food and put in a credit card and pay, and then just come to the pub and pick it up. And the beauty of that particular, those last 2 methods I told you, is you're not paying those extra delivery fees for the aggregators, for the delivery apps, and you get to come in and see us. And we get to say, "Hey, enjoy your meal." Those are fun. We get delivery. We understand why people want to do that, but it's always fun when people come right into the pub and order.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much, Bev, and I hope you have a lot of fun for St. Patrick's. That's going to be an awesome turnout, I'm sure. And
oh yes, come in and get your Guinness swag. We've got lots of prizes and lots of just basic giveaways, like from keychains to big floppy hats and little shot glasses from all the beer companies, not just Guinness.
Okay.
You know, yeah. So
Well,
I hope to see you maybe.
maybe that's a possibility.
It's a
Let me
tough,
check my
day. I know.
calendar.
Exactly, exactly. Gwen, thank you very, very much for the chat. It's fun.
Well, this has been great. Yeah, thank you, Bev. Yeah, and much success.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.